Alrighty guys, we're back for Budget White Weenie, and this is a Lost Caverns of Ixalan standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. Check out our weenies. We got Frontliner in here, all four of them are going to be a good one. We got Hotshot Mechanic in here. Even though there's no vehicles, it's going to be important that it's an artifact because the main build around is actually Michiko's Reign of Truth. I probably should have started with this one. This is a 2-mana enchantment saga. For the first 2 chapters, target creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn for each artifact and or enchantment you control. And then chapter 3, of course, it flips into Portrait of Michiko, which is a 0/0, but it gets +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment you control. And as far as budget options go, we only have 3 rares in here, one of them being Skrelv, one of them being Tocasia's Welcome, and one of them being Seed of the Empire as well. So if you don't have Seed of the Empire, you could always go up like the Plains. If you don't got the Skrelv, just go up another 1-drop, like literally any 1-drop. Or since Skrelv is acting as protection for the build, we could think about maybe adding protection as well. So some protection spells that I thought about for the list was actually Family Reunion, because that could be pretty sick to buff like a wide board state of 1-drops, you know what I mean? But then also the bottom ability, creatures you control gain hexproof until end of turn, so you get to choose one or the other. Family Reunion really did almost make the cut in this one. As far as replacing the Tocasia's Welcome, I suppose we could just go up another 3-drop, but we'll go over that when it comes time. Let's finish going over the 1-drops. We got 4 Lunarch Veterans. This is a 1-mana, 1/1 human cleric with Disturb for 1 and a white. Whatever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Opting for all 4 of these. Main reasons: first of all, it's a common, so that's nice. Second of all, I am running into a lot of aggro. If you're not seeing as much aggro as I am, then Lunarch Veteran could probably be dropped for a more aggressive card. Something like Cheeky House Mouse almost made the cut, and I think Cheeky House Mouse is actually pretty darn good, man, especially with that adventure side too, so really depends what you're seeing. I'm opting for the Lunarch Veterans this time because I do think it's going to go a long way against like mono red, right? So we're going to go in a long way against mono red. We got Ruin-Lurker Bat. This is a 1-mana, 1/1 bat with flying and lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, you scry 1, and to descend you descend each time a permanent card is put into your graveyard from anywhere. So like, yeah, we're not going to be descending too much in this build outside of like the opponent having a great block on the ground or something, but a 1-mana, 1/1 with flying and lifelink that we're trying to buff up with something like Michiko's Reign of Truth just sounds really good to me, man, so... Already went over the Skrelv. We got 4 Swooping Lookout in this one. It's a 1-mana, 1/2 flying, vigilance, and it's an artifact creature as well. Beautiful stuff, dude. That vigilance goes a long way against Wandering Emperor builds, which are everywhere all the time, so that's nice. Yeah, just like the evasion in general, when we're slapping stuff with Michiko's Reign of Truth first 2 chapters, yeah, the evasion, the flying, all that, it's really going to come in handy. We also have Gingerbrute in here for a bit of evasion. It's a 1-mana, 1/1 with haste, and for 1 mana, Gingerbrute can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste. Cool. Also got that food ability at the bottom for 2. You can tap it, sack it. You gain 3 life. Not bad, guys. Actually, a lot of life gain packed into these 1-drops, huh? Onwards to the 2-drops. Went over Reign of Truth. We got 4 Ossification. Solid piece of removal, man. I'll tell you what. And we're always going to have that basic land, luckily, because it is a monocolored deck. Well, hopefully we always have that basic land. Over in the mana base, I guess it is possible to see the Seed of the Empire and the Roadside Reliquary as the only lands for the game. But with 16 planes, I think we'll be fine. While we're over here, guys, Roadside Reliquary, you can tap it for colorless, or pay 2, tap it, sack it, draw a card if you control an artifact, draw a card if you control an enchantment as well. That is some solid card draw, and we have plenty of enchantments and plenty of artifacts in here. Speaking of which, yeah, of course, Ossification, opting for this style of removal because it is an enchantment, so of course it works with that Reign of Truth ability. That's the same concept with Spirited Companion. You play this, it replaces itself when it ETBs. So when ETBs, draw a card, right? And then it's also an enchantment creature, so you will be getting those extra boosts from the Michiko's Reign of Truth, which is pretty nice, man. Also, it's a common. That's noteworthy. Okay, got to do some rearranging here. On the top end, we have Combat Thresher. This is a prototype for 3 mana, so it'll be a 1/1. Double strike. When Combat Thresher enters the battlefield, draw a card. So another card that when you play it, it replaces itself. Get those cards back into your hand. You're drawing into your 1-drops, right? You're going to be able to spam out some more 1-drops next turn. That's the whole concept of these cards that replace themselves. We're not looking at this as the 7 mana side at all. I can't imagine you get to 7 mana in this build and like still have a chance. I really, really doubt that. Either way, though, since it's an artifact creature, of course it works with Reign of Truth. Buffing this with anything happens to be relatively decent because of that double strike. So if you're buffing it with like the Frontliner ability or anything like that, Michiko's Reign of Truth, of course, which could be really, really wild. And maybe you use that Skrelv ability on the Combat Thresher on the same turn. You drop the Reign of Truth onto it, and you're probably just winning the game then and there, especially if you're up against like a monocolored deck. So also on the top end, we have Rumor Gatherer. This is a 3-mana, 2/1 elf wizard with Alliance, and whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you scry 1. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, draw a card instead. This is a really interesting budget option for card draw, I suppose. I've been meaning to try this card out for a while. In the past, we've had some comments bring up Rumor Gatherer as a potential viable option for budget builds, right? So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it does a thing today. Then I talked briefly about the Tocasia's Welcome, but I didn't actually go over it. So it's a 3-mana enchantment. Whenever one or more creatures with mana value 3 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Unfortunately, this ability triggers only once each turn, but that extra card draw could go a long way. Oh yeah, like I said at the beginning here, here's our rare cards. Nice. How about our uncommons? Let's sort the uncommons because that does matter, especially if you're going for budget options. That's why when I was going over some of these, I was like, oh yeah, it's a common, so that totally matters. Yeah, this is still a chunk of uncommons, unfortunately, guys. Ooh, buddy. So there's the uncommons, there's the commons, there's the rares, and of course our planes. Go over the rest of the honorable mentions. I talked briefly about Cheeky House Mouse. This could be an excellent one in here. If you don't have any of the other cards, this could be an option to trade out. Now, of course, it's not like an artifact creature, and it's not like an enchantment creature or anything, so it doesn't work with the Reign of Truth, but still, it's a solid one. Crawling Chorus I thought about a little bit. I thought about other pieces of removal like Elspeth's Smite, which is a solid one. Lay Down Arms is a pretty good one. But we don't have too much land in here in general, so really, you're probably hitting a small creature and giving them 3 life, which is not something that's not really ideal, you know what I mean? So Recruitment Officer, of course, I had to think about this one too. Family Reunion talked about briefly. Yeah, this could be a solid protection, and that's a common. Nice. Welcoming Vampire almost made the cut over the Tocasia's Welcome, but the Welcome is an enchantment, so it fits that theme a little bit better than Welcoming Vampire, and it's a little bit harder to remove too. You play Welcoming Vampire and it immediately gets picked up. It can even get picked up by like Cut Down too, so that's why it didn't make the cut. But hey, if you don't have the Welcome, but you got the Welcoming Vampire, then totally swap those out. That's fine and dandy. Okay, guys, let's go ahead, take our budget white weenie into some ranked and see how we do. Okay, we'll see if we can get right into that first match here. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? I actually think it's going to be decent, man. Maybe I shouldn't be expecting too much, but like, I don't know. Oh, wow. Wow, our only 2 land and the Ossification. What are the odds, dude? Oh, no. Oh, no, I went over that being an option. You know what, though? Other than that, I think it's an all right hand. So I am going to keep it. I think, you know, with 16 planes in the build, so right now we just don't have removal, the Ossification, but I totally think this is a worthwhile hand. Let's go ahead and actually start with the, the Gingerbrute. Let's get that haste damage through while we can. A lot of options there, huh? Copperline Gorge. Oh, immediate removal for the Gingerbrute, unfortunately. Hey, there's our planes. Okay, that'll come in handy against dinos for sure. Alright, we'll go ahead and get our 1-drops down. Start setting up for that Reign of Truth, which you can already imagine how powerful this card can be, right? Intrepid, Paleontologist, Gingerbrute. Okay, I'd say it's probably worth playing Seed of the Empire to get more of this stuff down, right? If we swing here and they block, it's not bad. We can always bring it back. I'd rather keep buffing the Ruin-Lurker Bat and let the block happen, right? And this has haste too, so we could full swing, see if they trade into the Gingerbrute instead. There's an order to things here, man. There's actually a lot of decisions going on. But we're definitely going to slap that on the flyer. Let's see if they trade with the Gingerbrute, because that would be a really good trade. Outside of that, if they take out Frontliner, they take 6 here. We can bring back Frontliner next turn. The one problem with losing Frontliner is now it will be less of a buff. Swooping Lookout. Yeah, I like that. Flyers in the air. Keep on pushing through. Okay, I'll keep that on top. But yeah, we could always bring this back next turn. But now, when we get the Saga's second ability, it won't be counting the Frontliner, unfortunately. Hulking Raptor. Okay, we gotta go, bro. We gotta go. The ward, too, on this is terrific against us. We could bring back Frontliner. We can play this, bring back Frontliner, activate the Gingerbrute, swing, swing, swing. Do we just wait on the Frontliner? My apologies, opponent. For this small amount of cards, there's actually a lot to think about here. Look, we even have the double draw on Roadside Reliquary. Like, we could just swing in the air and draw 2 for the turn, which could be really good. We could find, like, another Reign of Truth next turn. Could take out their Paleontologist. I think we're just going to get some damage through. Let's do that. And play the Lookout for the turn. And, like, we're going all the damage because we'll buff either of our creatures, right? So full swing. All the damage possible, all the life gain possible. It's pretty good, man. And they block the Frontliner, yep. I don't mind that at all. Michiko's Reign of Truth flips next turn. And we get the Swooping Lookout down. This is pretty sick, dude. We're totally doing a thing right now. Of course, like, they have crazy ramp for the turn, so we're in trouble, but still. Ooh, Hatcher comes down. Haste to all. Paleontologist number 2. Okay, they're going. They're swinging. 8 damage. No blocks. Michiko's Reign of Truth, like, off the top would be insane. Other than that, just keep poking through our evasion is probably fine. Oh, we should probably pick up the Hatcher for the turn, though, right? And then Gingerbrute won't get through. Swing in the air. Gingerbrute's not getting through, unfortunately. Okay. Swing in the air. And I'm going to play our other flyer because I think that's going to be a little better than getting the extra through right now. Ruin-Lurker Bat. Ossification. Pick up the Hatcher. Because haste to all their beefy dinosaurs is not something we want to deal with. Especially, yeah, they got crazy ramp right now. They have 8 total mana for a dino. Or 8 total mana in general, right? Couple Hammer Skulls. See, that would have been really bad if they had haste. We could trade successfully, and I'm okay with that. Right? Because we can't get this portrait through the 6/6s anyways. Totally fine. Anything to buff this board would be enough for me, man. But we don't have too many buffs overall. But, like, you know, that family reunion that was in the honorable mentions, huh? That would do it. That would totally do it. Okay, it looks like they're planning on playing Hulking Raptor next turn, too. We don't have an enchantment now, so we don't have the draw 2 on the Reliquary. Gingerbrute's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As long as we don't die next turn, we go up to 23. We might die next turn. They have 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Let's risk it, dude. Let's do that. Also, this has Vigilance, so we could chump if we need to. We're going up to 23 off the Ruin-Lurker Bats. This is sick, dude. How cool is this match? Win or lose? Like, we're almost there against dinos. Against dinos, guys. That early Triumphant Chomp was really good for them, wasn't it? What did it take out? What did it hit? Our first Gingerbrute, right? I feel like that worked out nicely for them. And then, of course, yep, they knew. They knew the swing in the air was coming next turn. GG. Picking up that Hatcher was huge for us, man. Oh, heck yeah, I had fun. Let's look at this. Yeah, picking up that Hatcher. Actually, this was probably it. That was when we won. Because, yeah, if they had haste on any of these, that would have been too much for us for sure. We could have taken all this, but of course we were going to take the time to block Lookout into the 0-1 and take that 15. All that extra life gain was huge. Oh, buddy, what a great first one. That was sick on so many levels. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, usually when I do a budget build, I do like 0 rare, right? Because that's like a fun concept. But I just wanted to try something a little different this time. Just normal budget, just as few rares as possible. Like, the build could totally go for 2 Skrelvs instead, you know what I mean? But 1 Skrelv, just trying it out, seeing how it works as budget as possible. So this is fun. This is a little different for me. Instead of just going 0 rare. Okay. I like seeing that Michiko's Reign of Truth again, I know that. Oh, hello, opponent. There, buddy. So, I will go right into Gingerbrute. Get that swing through. Always depends what we're up against, but I think Gingerbrute's fine here over the Mechanic, because there's a chance they get a blocker down anyways. Nice. Ooh, second Reign of Truth. Yep, that could be really good. So now is the turn to probably spam down our 1-drops. Get to block one of these. Probably going to be Hotshot Mechanic, actually, guys. Well, we see a land off the top. The Mechanic could be a surprise. Then the Reign of Truth could come down. All right. I'll go... Yeah, I'll go Ruin-Lurker Bat over Mechanic. If we see that land on top, then we do both of these things next turn and then buff that Bat. That extra lifelink could go the extra mile again against Golgari. Oh, Golgari fight, right? Oh, that's pretty scary. These decks are scary, dude. Every time I see them, I'm like, huh, I'm surprised we don't see more of these, because like they totally do the thing. And they do it well, so... Yeah, they still have 3 mana open. I believe Golgari... Oh! Grafted Butcher. Dude. Okay. So this is Golgari Phyrexians, but probably with that fight theme. That's pretty sick. I like it. We could still go Michiko's Reign of Truth, get a pretty good swing here. Could go for a draw. Spirited Companion might lead us into the 3rd mana to play a 1-drop. Or we just like spam everything down, fly in the air, and wait till next turn. That's fine too, right? Yeah, let's just play our 1-drops. Fly in the air for a turn. And hopefully they don't completely devastate this board state. Go, 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 1-drops. Yeah, Michiko's Reign of Truth, Truth will buff the Ruin-Lurker Bat by 5. Because we have 4 artifacts on the board plus the Reign of Truth, of course. And it's each artifact and enchantment, not like other. Yeah, so that'll be a 6/6 Ruin-Lurker Bat flying in the air. Potentially the swing on the Frontliner. Woohoo! That's dangerous, bro. Lisa Sunslayer. Also a Phyrexian. Golgari Phyrexians, dude. I like this. I like this opponent. We don't have a terrific swing on the ground anymore, but a couple turns of the bat in the air ought to do it. Couple turns of this. And then we have another one too, which is what should be very scary for the opponent. At that point, like, they're going to start targeting the Ruin-Lurker Bat, and then what we're going to want is a little bit more land so we can start sliding these Gingerbrutes through as well. Oh, do they have something? Cut down could be open because of Scrap Gorger. Ooh, tail swipe. Yeah, that makes more sense than a cut down in a build like this. Very nice, opponent. Very cool. Go ahead. Put that oil counter on it. Yep, no great swings, like I said. Okay. Okay, now next turn we'll get the second part of the saga without paying mana, of course. So we'll have open mana for the Gingerbrute, so we can get through that way. But I don't know, man. First of all, yeah, using the Scrap Gorger, that instant speed on tail swipe coming into play beautifully there. That was essential. I thought we were about to get some free damage through because at first my brain said, well, they're tapped out. But yeah, of course, Scrap Gorger. Swing with Glisa. And we don't want this to go through because they'll destroy enchantment. They'll get rid of the Rain of Truth. They probably don't even want to draw, right? Yeah, they just pop the enchantment for sure. So our best block, of course, is Frontliner. But then the Rain of Truth ability is getting a little worse there too. But no, yeah, we block. It has Menace because they played the Grafted Butcher. Oh. We can't lose 2 of our creatures, right? We have a second Rain of Truth. Let's see what they do. I'm pretty sure they popped that Rain of Truth. Luckily, we have a second one. But we're in serious trouble this game, dude. Dude, you can't even be mad about it, though. When I saw Golgari colors, we were thinking like the normal Golgari that we've been running into. Hey, nice. Land is not bad at all, guys. We could take the turn for some setup. We could try to get the Gingerbrute through for now. A little bit of life gain could go a long way. Let's take the turn for some setup. Lunarch Veteran's a great chump blocker. Hopefully they don't give everything Menace again. Creating Companion replaces itself, acts as an enchantment on the board. This is cool, dude. Yeah, the other Companion isn't even half bad. This being a 2/5 is actually pretty rough, man. That's pretty rough business. Because we still don't have any terrific swings as far as I can tell. 2 mana open over there too. Oh, 3 mana open. Let's not forget the Scrap Gorger. Okay, no spot removal for the 3 mana or no extra fight. Yes, okay, that's good news. That's good. As long as we can keep our board around for a second. They have enough mana to power up the cottage if they want. Either way, we're probably going to have to chump that Glisa. With the Veteran, we eventually can bring this back as an evasion creature, so that could actually work well. Yeah, 2 cards in hand. I wonder, with all the fight spells, I wonder if they still have cards like Go for the Throat, because this deck will actually be decent against decks that run Go for the Throat, right? So all these artifacts, like, there's a serious amount of them. And then, like, if they drop a Go for the Throat on a Spirited Companion, that feels pretty bad, you know, for them, because that's, yeah, I guess it's a 2 mana card for a 2 mana card, but still, you guys know what I mean. We're about to get the full swing from the opponent. Woo, buddy. Right. So, that'll be 11, right? 11 over here, 12, 13, and then 17 total. Oh, they just buffed the Scrap Gorger because that's the 3rd oil counter. So 16, 20 damage total, guys. Oh, buddy. So we should chump. We should chump. Yep. We're in trouble. Oh, losing that Ruin-Lurker Bat, that lifelink would have really done a thing. Okay, so another land means we can get Spirited Companion down. See what we draw, and then play our land into the Michiko's Reign of Truth. Gingerbrute, not bad, dude. Not bad at all. Yeah, we need some life gain, unfortunately, but like that was still the best chump, right? I think so. Yeah, we would have only gained a couple anyways. Still got the cottage to power up for the turn. Reign of Truth. Where are we plugging this? Where are we plugging this? I want to... Thank you, opponent. We want to keep some chump blockers back. We're probably just going to go for maximum amount of damage for the turn. That's 9, 10, 13 total on the board. Wow, dude. So if we swing with these, so 14 total, actually. This was a close game. 4 chump blockers back. Wait, that's not enough. 4 chump blockers isn't enough. We need 5 chump blockers. Opponent's down to 8. Yeah, we need 5 chump blockers because they can power up Restless Cottage. Even then, they could just, again, yeah, they just drop some removal right now and it's over anyways. Oh, we should have just done the fun swing, right? Yeah, we should have just swung for fun. That's all good, opponent. That's all good. Take your time. I drop the thinking a lot anymore. Moment, I'm trying my best to slow down, think through some plays, especially after the holidays, man. I'll tell you what, we don't talk about the holidays. Nah, I'm just teasing. Yeah, wow, this could have been anyone's game easily. Tailswipe, man. You're playing green. Looking at Tailswipe sometime. Every time I've played Tailswipe in green, it's actually been terrific, and the instant speed really does go a long way. Like, even outside of something like this. Oh, Tear Asunder. Guys, they didn't have removal. Oh, wait, yeah, they did. Wait, Tear Asunder could hit Spirited Companion. Oh, but then they don't have the mana to power up the Restless Cottage. That's right. They would need double spot removal for the turn. Okay. Pick up the Lunarch Veteran with the Scrap Gorger. Yep, so we are forced to block everything. So where we want to block matters. Yep, that looks good to me, right? Yeah, they would have needed double spot removal to get that 3 through. Oh, wow. Lunarch Veteran off the top. Dude. The deck is totally doing a thing right now. We're dead next turn, I'd say. 5. We have 4 blockers. Yeah, I'm just going for the fun swing, guys. Yeah, we're going for it. I think we're dead. And like I said, I wish I would have went for the fun swing last turn too. But there's probably a lot of different options. If we kept blockers, if I played less cards, we could have kept Gingerbrute. But then, like, what's another turn? You know what I mean? Drop him the good game here. I'll block that Glisa again. You opponent. This was an excellent game. It was magic, man. It was good stuff. I really like that. Golgari Phyrexians. I don't like... At first, I thought it was generic Golgari, right? That we've been seeing for a while. Then, I thought it was Golgari Fight, which I do think it still was Golgari Fight, but they had that whole Phyrexian theme in there. Just very neat. Very cool. And I bring this up. I brought this up in the last few videos even. The standard that I'm seeing, while still brutal, while still packed with just very powerful decks and very powerful cards overall, I'm still seeing like a decent variety of everything. And if I see dinos, I see like 3 different versions of dinos. And if I see mono red, I see like 3 different versions of mono red. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just been good. But all that being said, we can still kind of sort of play around or think about what could possibly be in the opponent's deck. So like it's not like so random that we struggle to play around certain cards, but yeah. Good, man. Okay. What do you guys think? Start with the Lunarch Veteran this game. Get some a maximum amount of life gain from spamming out these creatures. Queen's Tower. Okay, so it's probably, speaking of maximum amount of life gain, we'll start swinging with the Ruin-Lurker Bat. Oh my goodness. Get our hasty Gingerbrute down too. Yeah, our whole hand is about to be flooded onto this board, so hopefully we see one of our 2-drops or something. The Cavern Bat, okay. Probably the Lookout. Well, yeah, the Lookout. Yep, makes sense. Ooh, Combat Thresher. What do you guys think? Do they trade into anything here? They might. They know we had that land anyways. Let's see if they trade in anywhere. We're going to take the 3. No risk of a combat trick that off the top, I suppose, or they just don't want us to. They just don't want us to play the Swooping Lookout and the Hotshot Mechanic on the same turn. Plus, they get a swing next turn, so they're going to get 1 back anyways. Wedding Announcement, okay. Get a chump blocker on the ground. And it does block well here. Ossification, dude, holy cow. Do I just go for it, or do I save it for like a Sheoldred? We end up chumping there, so I think we still have a successful full swing. But just in case they chump the Veteran, I am going to play the Mechanic before combat to get that life gain. Activate Gingerbrute's ability, full swing. Yep, that's why we played the Mechanic before combat, so that worked out for us. And then we'll be able to play the Lunarch Veteran Bat on the same turn and keep that Ossification ready for like their turn 4. Not bad, not bad. Combat Thresher. I don't know. I like it. I like it. It replaces itself. It's like, it's also just, it's putting up some pressure on the ground right now. We won't have like 2 things to do next turn, but if we don't have a target, I'll take that block. I think that's good, because that's gaining them life every turn. I think that's a decent trade. Wedding Announcement. Okay. Look at this, man. Look at this. Block here, probably. Or here. Either one's pretty good. Wandering Emperor is probably open. They'd want to hit Combat Thresher with that. Okay. Let's swing, see what happens. Because we have pretty good cards to play in hand here. Yeah. Oh. Ooh. The 2/2, the 1/1. Okay. I will save the Gingerbrute before they block with it. Yeah, because those blocks could have been pretty bad. So the trade happens there and there. Gingerbrute gets through. Would the trade have gone differently? I think they would have taken the double strike, right? And got rid of the Gingerbrute? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was their block all along and we could have gotten the Swooping Lookout down the same turn too. Make disappear. I wasn't even thinking twice about counterspells, dude. Welcome. Yeah, we better keep that on top. Start restocking this hand. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, those are some really good plays from the opponent. Like we might not be in this depending on what's in the opponent's hand here too. We're just going to swing in the air for the turn because we're going to restock a little bit here. Now that Welcome's on the board, we might be able to keep up pace. Beautiful. Swing in the air. Not bad. Dude, the amount of life gain that's packed into this build right now, too. Virtue of Loyalty. No blocks. That's going to start hurting real fast. They untap. Buff on up. Oh, Rumor Gatherer. How cool is that, man? Oh, we don't have anything else to play with it for the turn, so it's going to be Spirited Companion, unfortunately. I'm going to say, like, it's really cool that we have Welcome on the board, too, because if we had, like, a 1-drop, too... Oh, man, that would have been sick. Fires in the air. All right. So we do this before combat because we could find a Rain of Truth on the top, which would be really, really good, man. Hotshot Mechanic. Hotshot Mechanic, okay. And we could still save the Ossification. Probably just going to play one of these for now. Okay. Hopefully we have enough life for a few turns here. Full swing. That's 3 damage getting through. 7. We need to see that Michiko's Rain of Truth. But going wide could be really good here too. So I am going to use all my mana possible instead of like waiting for the Rumor Gatherer's ability or anything. Especially since we have great draws. Oh, they found their flyer in the air. Lord Skitter. Okay. Opponent's playing a lot of stuff right now. Which means we're in danger because everything's getting that buff from Virtue. We go like Ossification onto the Raffine. We have to pay that ward. We still have the Hotshot Mechanic for the turn. We trade out here. I think we just take the 6, man. Right? I think so. Because they're at 7. No blocks. Take the blocker out of the air. They draw. They untap. Land. And we'll start with the land, right? Because we know we're going to be doing that for the turn. Yeah, we need the Michiko's Rain of Truth onto our unblockable Gingerbrute, and that should do it, honestly. So how do we want to get there is the problem. Instead of Rumor Gatherer, this only draws us 1, leaving us 2 open. The Hotshot Mechanic draws us 1. And then we still have the Ossification for the Raffine, which means we... Oh, another Ossification. That's really good. That's really good. We won't have a swing for the turn, though, if we do that. Is that fine? We just, like, hold back? Like, the opponent did so much. Oh, the ward. The ward anyways. Well, we should still do it on the Raffine, right? I'm still going to swing in the air. And then at that point, yeah, we still have the 1 open for Gingerbrute. So it kind of works out. We just have to make sure we don't die next turn. Going back up to 19, and we have 3 chump blockers over here. I bet the opponent's sweating right now, guys. Raffine number 2 comes down. Subterranean Schooner. Pick more stuff out of our grave. Go for that full swing because they're all untapping anyways. We should definitely chump for the turn. But anything we chump, guys, anything we lose, the Michiko's Rain of Truth gets a little bit worse. So we take 14. How you guys feel about that? Remember, everything's untapping. Take 14. We could like double block the rat. Yeah, we still have enough enchantments and everything to get a Gingerbrute through successfully. If they have less on the board, I guess. They're getting a rat every turn anyways. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Maybe just like chumping one more thing is a little bit better here. Take 9 down to 10. That's tough. That's a really tough decision because we're really banking off of our top deck to win us this game anyways. We need any buff for our flyers, or, well, our flyers aren't getting through successfully with Raffine, so we do need the Ossification to hit the Raffine, which we will have enough mana if it is Rain of Truth. Oh, they do that because, yep, it all untaps anyways. So close, guys, so close. First of all, we start with the draw on the Welcome. Because, yeah, unfortunately, in this match, Rumor Gatherer just isn't doing it. It's still a little bit too expensive right now, even though I'd really like to get it down. Rain of Truth. Rain of Truth off the top. Rumor Gatherer. Oh, no. Okay, we have to, by some miracle, survive the turn, guys. By some miracle. Yeah, it's the Rafine again. Pay the 1. Right, yeah. We're at 10. So if we have 3 blockers back if we swing with the Gingerbrute. I'm not missing something here, right? Yeah, they could power up the schooner. I have an extra blocker on the ground, but they don't realistically need it. Okay, pay the 1. Swing, swing, swing. So close, guys. So close. I wonder where they dropped the GGs. We have 3 blockers. Block all the big things. Oh, yeah, no. They buffed way too much here. Yeah, math is for blockers, and I'm the blocker in this scenario, so I suppose I should do the math. Well, let's see. They tap down their rat. I'll still take the time to block this out. Like, we have a little bit of life gain here too. We're forced to block there. We got to block all the chunkies. All the chunkies. That's 6, 11, and then another 5 over there. Yeah, good game, opponent. Wow, really, really close, man. For real? How good have these games been? Unfortunately, Rumor Gatherer. What if I would have taken that turn a few turns ago to get the Rumor Gatherer onto the board? What if we would have actually drawn enough then? Because this would have been an extra draw every time we were able to spam 2 creatures out. Which would have been at least once, right? Based on what we saw. All while the Welcome was on the board too. Oh man. I wonder if I missed 1 damage somewhere. Very, very possible. That's a good one. Guys, let's go over the deck one more time. We're about 41 minutes in. We got some terrific games there. Unfortunately, got to cut it just a little bit short. I mean, 40 minutes, that's what we used to shoot for anyways, but I've been pushing it over time for like the past couple months. But yeah, here's the deck list again. Had to do some rearranging. Remember, Combat Thresher, we're just treating that as a 3-drop, never a 7-drop. It's not going to happen, bro. And if it does, you're probably losing that game, but... Again, for the budget option, here's our rares. I could easily see going up another Skrelv, but guess what, guys? Like, if you go up more Skrelvs, you're going to see... Well, it's an artifact creature. That's fine. That's fine. That at least works with the theme quite well. But yeah, if you see less of your evasion, we saw in that last game how important that evasion actually was. If they didn't see the double Rafine that game, would we have won? Because we wouldn't have needed the second Ossification, and our Ossifications against the Rafines, let's see, they were going wide with the Lord Skitter, but yeah, no, if they were still buffing with the Rafine in the air anyways, oh man, that's a tough match to think through, honestly. There's a lot going on there. Anyways, yeah, Skrelv, we could totally think about 2 of these. If you got 2, yeah, you drop something you don't like in the deck and then go up another Skrelv. And that's totally fine. Like, something I could see doing is dropping a couple Lunarch Veterans and going up a Skrelv and like another... The Welcome was pretty good. That was really good in that game. That was helping us out a ton. But then again, like, I could see dropping the Rumor Gatherers for like a couple more Welcomes too. I really wanted Rumor Gatherer to do a thing today, guys. I really did. Unfortunately, it didn't. I made the thumbnail with Rumor Gatherer too. That's fine. At least it's in the build, right? It's really cool artwork. Like, they got a mini elephant, a mini giraffe there, like a mini bear in the background. It's really adorable. Combat Thresher was fine. That block at the beginning of the game. What if that was it? The block into the Thresher, right? When I decided to spend that extra mana on the Gingerbrute, because I thought they were going to go 2-2 into the Gingerbrute and not accept the trade, because then they'd have the trade next turn. Well, yeah, they probably would have blocked the Gingerbrute, right? But okay, if I didn't pay for this and the Gingerbrute got through anyways and they decided to make that trade with the Combat Thresher early, then we would have had that one open mana to actually play the Lookout from hand that turn, which would have been a flyer that would have been flying in extra every turn, which technically would have meant victory, right? It really could be that simple, but in the moment, I guess we realistically don't know what's going to happen, because they could have easily blocked the Gingerbrute there, but then we would have had the Combat Thresher, but then they could have blocked it next turn. So yeah, no, I think the Gingerbrute would have been the block, but either way, I really liked this, guys. Really simple concept, really neat. I believe we've seen Michiko Reign of Truth style mono white anyways. This one's just really pushed into the weenie side of mono white with just a tremendous amount of 1-drops, and it kind of sort of worked out nicely. Hotshot Mechanic didn't do too much today, just being an artifact creature and working with that theme with the Reign of Truth and the Roadside Reliquary, of course, too. I think it's worth it. It's a 1-mana 2/1, which is good enough for me already, but then just being an artifact. Could we, like, slip some vehicles in here, potentially? What kind of vehicles would we want, guys? I guess we have to... There's no easy way to search for vehicles, right? I searched common and uncommon here. High speed hover bike is decent in some builds because of the flash, and then the tap acts as a little bit of tempo. So that could be an interesting pick, but probably not, I would say. What's this one again? The new one, Crew 1, 3-mana 3/3. Here's a treasure token. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's not that needs like a dedicated build. It's definitely too slow for this deck, I would say. Yeah, we don't got to worry about vehicles for the sake of Hotshot Mechanic anyways. I was just wondering real quick because I did not look through it at first. A high-speed hover bike, though, could be like a little tempo option, but I don't think so either way. Okay, guys, hey, enough rambling, huh? If you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you. And speaking of appreciation, I super duper appreciate each and every one of my patrons. If you guys are interested, there is a Patreon link down in the description. Definitely helps support the channel tremendously. So we also got a Discord link down in the description too. Of course, I highly recommend the Discord as it's a great place for the community to get together and discuss builds and whatnot. Discuss everything, honestly. So, okay, guys, hey, thanks again for being here, and I'll see y'all in the next video.